Breaking news. Trump supporters assault U.S. Congress. Bridge democracy. Hello, my wonderful people. We all know what has been going on since the U.S. election up until now. Right now, Trump supporters are not happy and have said Trump won. No other person won the election other than Trump. And as such, the matter is turning something else as Trump supporters went to Congress and assaulted, and has breached democracy, so to say. Let's get on and get all the details. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. Trump supporters assault U.S. Congress, breach democracy. Vice President Mike Pence returned to the United States Congress early today to summon the process of clarifying President-elect Joe Biden's victory in last November presidential election hours after a mob incited by President Donald Trump sacked the U.S. Capitol. The process was interrupted as hundreds of Trump supporters invaded the U.S. Capitol as part of efforts to overturn his election defeat. Pence, in his opening remark, condemned the invasion, telling the mob they didn't win as violence never wins. Majority Leader Senator Mitch McConnell also said they would not be tolerated by the insurgency in discharging their duties. A report by the Rachan said the U.S. police evicted lawmakers and sought to clear the Capitol building of Trump supporters who smoked through the halls of Congress in shaking and shocking sights broadcast across the globe. One protester occupied the Senate then and yelling, Trump won that election. Protesters overturned barricades and clashed with police as thousands descend on Capitol ground. However, the police declared the Capitol building secure shortly after 22:30 GMT, more than 3 hours after it was breached. Earlier, the protesters had raised a large wooden cross on the premises, and one carried a confirmable bag flag into the Capitol. One group of protesters apparently reached the officers of Heard Speaks Nancy, which had been evicted, so rapidly and warning of violence were still visible in the office computers. Pence called on the rioters to leave the Capitol immediately, saying violence destruction must stop now. The president-elect has condemned the invasion, calling on Trump to call his supporters to order immediately. But Trump's spokeswoman tweeted the National Guard was being delayed. Police ordered the evacuation of several office buildings. Capitol Police sent orders for Congress staffs to leave the Canal building and other large offices. Just evacuated my office in Canal due to nearby threats. Now we are seeing protesters assaulting Capitol Police, said Representative Nancy McCall in the tweet. This is wrong. This is not who we are. I am heartbroken for our nation today, she wrote. Consequently, the Senate and House quickly recessed. However, as the tension rose over the invasion, Trump, in a record speech, called on his supporters to go home while repeating his disputed claim that his victory at the last year's presidential election was stolen. Earlier yesterday, Trump had told a rally of his supporters outside the White House that he would never condone and accept that he lost the election. The Congress reads to clarify Biden's victory. I will never give up. We will never condone. Trump told the cheering crowd, we will stop the steal. As part of the effort to combat the insurgents, Washington, D.C. Mayor Bursell ordered a city whip curfew that will begin 6 p.m. on Wednesday and remain in until 6 a.m. on Thursday. During the hours of the curfew, nobody other than person designated by the mayor should walk, bike, run, later stand, car, or motor any of such transport mode. Nothing of such. Police placed within the district. Burrows said she has been given her orders. Video showed Trump supporters breaking windows and police deploying tear gas inside the building. Washington Metropolitan Police Chief Robert said members of the crowd used chemical irrigants to attack police and several had been injured. One civilian died after being shot during the mayhem, local media said. The FBI said it was disarmed two suspected explosive device. It was the most demanding attack on the iconic building since the British Army burnt it in 1814, according to the U.S. Capitol History Society. The chase scene unfolded after Trump, who before the election refused to commit to a peaceful transit of power if he lost, addressed thousands of protesters, repeating unfolding claim that the election was stolen from him due to widespread fraud and irregularity. Biden, a Democrat who defeated the Republican president in November 3rd election and is due to take office January the 20th, said the activities of the protesters borders on seduction. The former vice president said that for demonstration to storm the Capitol, smash glass, invade Congress and threaten the safety of duly elected officers, it is not a protest, it is an insurgence. He urged Trump to demand an end to this siege on national television. In a video posted to tweets, Trump repeated his false claim about election fraud but urged protesters to leave. You have to go home now. We have to have peace, he said, adding, we love you. You are very special. Tweet Inside later retreated users from following Trump's video, and Facebook instead took it down entirely, citing the risk of violence. Twitter said further violation of its rule will lead to penalty suspension of Trump's account. Pence, who had presided over the joint section of Congress, had hardly seen escalation of the Senate. Lawmakers has been battling a last-ditch effort to pull Trump lawmakers to challenge the results, which was unlikely to succeed, especially now. Cities were called to the effort of Republican lawmakers, an attack on American democracy, the rule of law, and the attempt of the legislative coup. Well, this was what happened in America overnight. We know that between Nigeria and America, we're about 5 hours difference, 5 or 6 hours different thereabout. And Trump has refused to accept that he was defeated. And so this is happening. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.